A very good afternoon to everyone. Please rise for the school song. Science blossoms not in the labs, but within the vast capacities of our brains. A very warm welcome to everyone present here today. Anweshan began yesterday on the birth date of the great Indian geneticist and father of the Green Revolution, M.S. Swaminathan. I, Navya Shetty, school captain of Srimati Sulochana Devi Singhania School, take great pleasure in welcoming all of you to the second day of our first ever online science exhibition. Welcome to Anweshan 2020 Day 2. I take this opportunity to welcome our chief guest, Mr. Surendra Dighe. I would also like to welcome our Principal Madam, Mrs. Revati Srinivasan, Vice Principals, Mrs. Kanchanmala Chabukswar and Mrs. Gladys Cabral, Section Heads, Cultural Head, Coordinators and Teachers, Parents and Grandparents, Students and Alumni, and all the well-wishers of the school watching us today. Thank you for being here with us, albeit virtually. We have begun realizing how much of a blessing in disguise this lockdown is. Who would have thought we could have invented robots or proved laws of science while sitting at home? Although it is very important to note that we should never perform experiments without the guidance and supervision of our parents. The day began with the elementary section showing off their scientific prowess, and what a show it was. Get up, because the coming exhibits are slated to be even more exciting. I would now like to invite our respected Principal Madam to say a few words and bless the gathering.
A very good morning to all of you, and thank you, Navya. It is indeed a great pleasure and honor, and I have great pride in being a part of Anweshan. Anweshan has been an experimental platform in more than two ways. One, it is a show completely by the students, volunteered by the students to perform. And two is the fact that we have all performed these from our homes. So suddenly, kitchen has become the laboratory. Our toolboxes are our toys and things that are available around us. They say science begins by asking questions and then seeking answers for it. All of you students who have understood this very sincerely and have intuitively started to explore. And you have found and made sense of what it is around us, the surroundings. So, science education is all about questioning. In fact, sometimes it's said that it is easier to judge the mind of a man by the questions he asks rather than the answers he gives. And I think it is so true. If we start looking at science as spellings, the way we learn spellings, then we're not teaching science at all. Science needs to be explored. It needs to be understood by our own experimentation, seeking answers to all the questions that we may have in our minds. And more than 500 children have risen up to this occasion of questioning things around them. I'm so happy that students from standard 3 to grade 12 all have participated very actively. Many of them we were able to display it yesterday, and we will be doing it today till evening. But some of them we couldn't. But I assure you all children that all that you have done as experiments will be displayed on this platform, and on every Saturday, we will decide which Saturdays and we'll give you the timetable so you will know that your experiments are on that particular day. So we really look forward to all the days during this month where we can see children explore their surroundings. I am extremely thankful and grateful to Mr. Surendra Dighe. I've known him now for a very long time because he has helped all our children in all scientific experiments that we have done, displays and presentations at the National Children's Science Congress, taken and escorted our children and guided them through and through. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us today. And it is indeed an honor for us to have our young children present these before you. And the scientist in you, I'm sure, will be sort of excited to know how ignited these young minds are. Thank you very much, children, for supporting this, and we look forward to beautiful display of your experiments. Just a warning to all students, please do not try any experiment at home on your own. You will need adult supervision. Please adhere to my advice and follow it sincerely. Thank you very much. Over to you, Navya.
Thank you, madam. I would now like to call upon Sri Ravina R.K. to introduce our chief guest.
Good afternoon, everyone, and a very warm welcome to all our viewers. Our chief guest for today is Mr. Surendra Dighe. Mr. Surendra Dighe is a founder and managing trustee of Jidnyasa Trust Thane, an NGO which is doing commendable work of developing scientific aptitude in school children for over 20 years. It runs various activities like Jidnyasa Chhatra Sena, summer camps, Little Newton, and Shalaya Jidnyasa to develop extracurricular activities among children to enrich their personality. Sir has been a pioneer of science experiments and has also been instrumental in initiating curiosity among young minds about science and helping them in selecting and completing various science projects at National Children's Science Congress. Many projects under his guidance have won accolades at national levels, as he has always motivated children to question things, experiment, and innovate. Jidnyasa Trust has won the National Award for propagating scientific view among students. Sir not only helps students to train their brains with science, but he also trains their bodies for mountaineering. Being a passionate mountaineer himself, under his leadership, Jidnyasa Trust also conducts expeditions and Himalayan and Sahyadri camps. Thus, in a nutshell, Mr. Surendra Dighe plays a pivotal role in shaping both junior scientists and also budding mountaineers from the city. Sir, welcome to this platform.
Thank you, Sri Ravina. Sir, we have a few questions for you.
Good afternoon.
You're most welcome.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Aryan Kavdar. Hope you're doing well, sir. Allow me to ask you this question. Sir, every year. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, every year we have students reaching the nationals of the NCSE. Sir, there are many examinations that take a practical approach to science, such as conducting experiments, answering by observation, as the National Children's Science Congress. So, how will these competitions be held this year?
Yeah, to start with, first I want to thank all of you. Madam, she's also my old friend, but I'm really thankful. I'm fortunate to have with you for these science exhibitions and the scientific spirit I see. So I congratulate all of you. Coming back to the point, I think the madam has already initiated the issue like the learning and the scientific spirit. So basically the main objective of the Children's Science Congress is to quench the curiosity among the children. Yeah. But it is not only the curiosity. Basically the curiosity that is called jigyasa. That is the basic of the human being. When the question was asked to great Stephen Hawking, when there will be the end of the world, because that is always there. So he says, when the man stops asking the question, that is the end of the world. So starting with, when you have got the questions, but the questions back up with the solution. It is not like, no, we are not journalists or we are not a social worker or just to raise the issues, to raise the problem. It is basically we have to find out the solution. So getting the solution, so you have to get a scientific methodology for which require the scientific spirit. I appreciate in your letter, in the invitation letter, you have quoted Abdul Kalam Sahab, and in the mention, you have also mentioned that your school is based on learning and understanding the knowledge and the critical thinking. Basically, thinking is basically critical thinking when you think rationally and when you raise the question and then try to find out the solution, it's all based on the critical thinking. The science is nothing but a critical thinking. I can give the example few of your projects, schools projects only. I remember the project of Shalaka Kulkarni. No, she has done the solar work on the basically just changing the angles of the screen. She has proved that how much energy, more solar energy can be raised. That's a simple changing the angle of the screen. Then there was a project like Deshmukh, I don't remember the name, first name, but she has developed a gadget for the traffic police. When there is a shitty in the mouth, how policemen can, so he has a simple gadget, so he can be, whistle can be raised. So like these are the main platform for the children. As far as this year is concerned, I'm sorry, this year I will very difficult to organize this. First thing, it's not a competition. I just want to correct you. This is not a competition. This is just a platform. This is a congress. But this year it is not possible because of the outreaching things are really out of ways in this period of the COVID. I think that's all.
Yes. Thank you, sir. I totally agree with you that science has developed this world and will develop a sustainable future. Thank you so much for your answer, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
My question is that should the experiments be innovation based or need based? Thank you, sir.
Basically, what I explained, it's a problem solving attempt. The innovations and invention will come along with that. Basically, you try to identify the problem. Now, I have a problem, like the specs. No, if I lost my mobile, I can just call it from the another number and try to find out. But if I lost my spec, I really very difficult for me, the old man like me, to find out, to remember where is my spec. So can you help me in that? Can you put something, have a sensor in my specs where I can just get the, इधर रख दिया था, उधर रख दिया था. So that sorts of problem solving at your level will be a great help to the country at India. So basically it should be a problem solve, need based, but that need based, it depends on the problem. You try to find out the problem first. When next problem just along with you only, or just your next environment, you can find out the problem. And to find out the problem, what you need is the observation. If you have a good observation, can find out the problem, and you start raising the questions.
Sir, we would really like to know what is your opinion and your views on this online science exhibition.
It's a great idea. Actually, madam, I just want to, this is, you can expand this. See, this year, we are not going to have a Children's Science Congress. We can give this opportunity to the children of the other schools, not only from Thane, we can extend this to the state level also, or maybe national level also. We can extend this idea. This is a really great idea. Because, see, the children sitting in their basically home, basically, as madam also said, the kitchen is the best lab in the world, and your mom can explain you the best experiment. So these sorts of suppose program we can conduct. I'm sure your children will be there, must be get much more knowledge in the kitchen than the science lab of your school. So that sorts of competition also we can arrange in the Thane level or in district level or state level. We have our own network. Children's Science Congress network is there. It is ready. So come on, let us think where next couple of months we can arrange it in some larger extent on larger platform on this. This is a really very good idea.
Sure, sir. I think I'll just interrupt here. So
yeah, okay.
I would like to volunteer to host the state level event, virtual competition. Let Jigyasa and Srimati Sulochana Devi Singhania come together and let's
do great.
Wonderful science exhibition.
That would be great. I'm looking forward to that.
And I'm sure Mrs. Chavukswa will love it. She's already given an applause. So yes, we will do it.
Yeah, okay. That's so. I think that is a great success of this exhibition. Whatever your program is, I can end up with that's a great success, and surely we can go further.
I'm sure that none of us are thinking of my school and our school. We are thinking of children as a whole in the space. And if all children develop that, we are looking at a country of scientists, mathematicians, researchers, and design thinkers. So that's what we would also aim at. Thank you so much.
Oh, great. So that is a great opportunity. And just I will introduce my wife because she's just sitting here. Okay, it's nice to be here.
Hello. Good.
Good. So
nice to have you too over here.
Good.
Mrs.
Is anything else?
Yes, Mrs. Digge is as much involved in all our students' welfare and student projects as Mr. Digge is. She is very much a partner in promoting scientific and spirit of inquiry among children. In fact, most of the time when we have these awards function and we have press conferences, it's organized in her house, and there's always something sumptuous that is offered to all the children and teachers who are coming there. Thank you, Mrs. Digge, for all your hospitality and everything that you get in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sir, we have another question for you. Sir, what should students practice during this period when they're at homes? What are various methods of experimenting?
See, there are different methods. When you are talking about the home, there are very simple methods. The observation is the best method, we can say. To start with, for the kids, the observation is the best because we can get much more analysis from the just simply observation. As far as the potable water is concerned, just observation, just kids from the first, second standard can have a conclusion whether it's a potable water or not by observation. The next stage is, of course, the collection of the data collection on the basis of the experiments which you are going to collect it. The collections of the data, or there are many sources like surveys and actual experiments. So that is the way you can start with. Then whatever the data you collect, the analysis of the data and the hypothesis. You have to revalidate your hypothesis. whatever your hypothesis is, and then prove your analysis and then come to the conclusion. These are the very simple few methods as far as the experiment is concerned. When you are going for a technology, that is little bit in higher side. When you know the basics of the science, on the basics of the science, you can go for technology. And so like in artificial intelligence and robotic, now the new robots has come as far as the cleaning, no, domestic help. There are so many. So the knowledge of the technology, the understanding of the technology is also very important. And the last but not least, your creativity, your ideas. Those ideas should be, but first thing, that idea should come from your mind. Like now, just few weeks back, there is a story about one young from Thane, Sarang Deshpande or something like that. Ratan Tata has personally invested in his project, where he has made the generic medicines available to the common man. There was a big news. Ratan Tata himself as a personal investment, not as a Tata, but as a Ratan Tata's investment. So that is a great achievement for that young boy. So that sorts of invention that has to come in your mind, which is the help, that requires your creativity. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to all our viewers as well for joining us live. Without any further ado, let us begin with the exhibits for today. Please switch over to the next link at 12:45 p.m. to watch the senior section's second exhibit and at 2 p.m. to watch the junior section's exhibit. Hope to see all of you there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
And wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir, for joining in. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
sir.